So hey, what's up everybody? RPM with you here. RPM Tech and Day Trading Radio. Just sitting here watching the markets this morning and just kicking back here listening to Johnny's show, and thought I'd tell you about a little project I have. We have a Dreammaker Spa hot tub, and it's something that I use a lot. Just for general therapeutic benefits, muscle aches and stuff like that. Anyways, the thing's about 5 years old. It cycles an awful lot, and recently it just started screwing up, and the actual motor pump stopped cycling, and it would just stay on, and the tub would overheat. No reason why that happens is because it gets its heat from the actual pump itself. The pump's heat actually is what heats the water and brings it up to your maximum. It's supposed to have around 104 degrees. Anyway, I did some research, and I called the manufacturer and started researching on eBay and on the internet in general, like anyone would, to see, what it could possibly be. There's not a whole lot to these things. It's basically a pump, a little panel controller at the top with some buttons on it, and then there's a control box. This is the control box, obviously, as I've already taken it out here. And inside this control box is basically this little circuit board. And I'm going to pull the circuit board out here and try to keep my video going here so you guys could still see it. This particular one, they call it the Mach 7. So as the unit was running, I actually took this out. And what I was suspecting was that one of these little relays here, these are little electromechanical relays that turn the pump and other things off and on. Here's a light relay. Here's a pump relay. These things, since they're electromechanical, they in theory they have to wear out no matter what. They're good. They have contacts in them, and they cycle, open and close, unlike a transistor. That basically has a theoretical infinite lifespan. These relays have to wear out. Okay. So knowing by tapping on this relay if the state of the engagement changed, that this thing was probably the cause of the problem. It was stuck shut. The board was basically saying, hey, no more pump, but yet no matter what I did, it stayed on. So I took a back of a screwdriver while this thing was still mounted on the circuit board, and I just started tapping on the board, not very hard, and then the pump started cycling like normal. So I knew spending $450 for a new board wasn't really necessary. I'm an electronics guy anyways, and this is a very simple board. There's not a whole lot to this. There's a couple of fuses, some capacitors, a timer, a thermostat circuit, and some relays that do the heavy lifting. So I got on eBay and did some research, and I wound up buying a 10-pack of relays. I'm going to go ahead and replace all three of these that are the same here. I'm having a hard time looking through my telephone here and touching correctly, but a little weird here. I'm using the camera to see where my hand is. But anyways, you can see here I've got some that are very similar. Exact same rating, same pin format. A little taller. It's not going to hurt a thing because there's plenty of room in the box here. And maybe just a little bit more heavy duty there, a little heavier. So I'm going to solder these in here. And the way you do that, I've already taken out one. Obviously, I wanted to see what the pins looked like on the other side. But you can see right here is the soldering, desoldering from the first one there. The easiest way to do that, and typically I don't use a heavy duty soldering iron like this one here. You have to be real careful in the amount of heat that you put, as you pull the trigger. Just don't let it get too hot. I've done this a million times, so it's not a problem. But a little pencil soldering iron would be all you would really need. Let me show you what I've got here. Now, what I used to get this first one out was this little solder vacuum. So what you do is you heat up the actual pins, and you heat it up. You remove the iron, and you do like that. And this little plunger here sucks the solder out of the hole. Well, not really the easiest way to go. So what I've got here is some soldering braid, desoldering braid. I use this all the time. I used to use it. I ran out of it. Some just came in. I ordered some off eBay for about 40 cents. It's a little copper braid, and what you do is you put that on the pin itself and apply heat to it, and it literally wicks up the solder. On the old parts, you don't really have to worry about excessive heat too much, because you're going to throw away the old parts. When soldering in the new one, you want to use as little heat as possible, just to make sure that there's no cold solder joint. And I'm going to go over the whole board and just hit everything, just to make sure that everything has nice, clean, fresh, hot solder joints, with as little disturbance as possible after applying and removing the heat. But anyways, I'll let you guys see it when I'm done, and hopefully we'll have a working hot tub. Stay tuned.